Meta, Google partnership, AI partnership, right? And this, I think, is in direct competition to OpenAI, and they realize that the issues that they're currently having. So that's interesting, right? To see two of the Magnificent Seven coming together, and working together, right? You can take that in one or two ways. You can take that as they're trying to, be innovative, or you could take it that they're actually scared. And this is
always good to be paranoid.
This is a sign of fear when you got to come together and try to fight OpenAI, but also this goes back to Microsoft, right?
Yep.
And Microsoft's dominance. So, what's the thoughts on Meta teaming up with Google?
I think I want to just chime in real quick.
All right.
Yeah, I think Meta's going to get the best of that partnership. I think Zuckerberg learned a lot from that 2022 slide. People have to remember how young he is. He has another 25, 27 years of like pure dominance he can have in front of him. I think he learned to keep those overhead costs low. And if he can get this AI relationship to work well enough just to beat TikTok, let's not even look at OpenAI, but if it's just better than TikTok, better than YouTube, great. I find it interesting that Google is doing a partnership with him when you're still battling for market and mind share with Instagram. I think Zuckerberg is very smart, intelligent, sagacious, conniving. Yeah. And I think he's going to get the best out of that partnership. And he's going to find a way to make sure that that ecosystem that he has is thriving. I've seen some of the things they deployed in WhatsApp. People don't talk about that asset enough. So I think they'll come out on top of that. But yeah, I think in times of recession or potential recession, partnership is needed. That's why when the U.S. is getting to it with China and BRICS is forming, all these shadow wars, it's not good for business.
Yeah, I think it's important to talk about it in detail because it's like with Meta, it's a business lesson in this situation as well, right?
Absolutely.
Where, they literally changed the name of their company to Meta to invest $100 billion or whatever they invested into the Metaverse, and the stock crashes, and they abort mission on that, at least for the time being. They refocus on their core products, and they ramp it back up, and now Meta stock has skyrocketed.
Yep.
But now it's like, okay, let's try this again on a different iteration of AI. Right. And it's like, okay, last time we tried to jump into the metaverse by ourselves. We're a social media company. That probably wasn't the best way to go about it. Google has been the number one search engine for the last 20 years. Google highly respected in the tech space. So if Meta could have just started their own AI branch, right? But it's like, okay, well, why not partner with leader, best in class? Learn from the previous mistake while still looking forward in the future. Because that's why I always say, like, you gotta be able to plan for the future while you're on top. Right. And it's like, okay, as opposed to just planning when you're already falling, now it's too late. So I think that it's worth highlighting because from the Meta standpoint, I think that it's another savvy business move by Mark Zuckerberg. And from the Google standpoint, I think Google is in trouble. And I think that this is something that they can latch on to with the attempts to potentially, hold the band together if all else fails.
It gives you partnership with two of the Magnificent Seven. Obviously, Tesla's suffering right now, but you already are the search engine for Apple's phones, right? And so now, if you think about the number one app inside of the Apple phone, is owned by Meta, which is probably Instagram, right? Or top three. And so now we talk about things that have failed. Yes, the Metaverse, that's well documented, but we just covered all the things that Google has botched. When you talk about the rollout of Hey Meta, the first place they put it is right in Instagram.
Yeah,
it's there. This is the rollout.
Smart.
And on top of putting it right inside of that app, Mark Zuckerberg is making the post to tell you that it's here. Where for Google, Sundar,
you see how happy he was? That's cut you off. You see the joy,
happy, like to tell you that this new AI. Could you imagine Sundar trying to get on Instagram and telling us about it? It just wouldn't be received the same way. And so sometimes you gotta realize where your weaknesses are at and say, all right, they have something that's working. We have billions of people inside of their database. They can reach the audience. They can get the messaging out better than we can. I think it's strategic, but I agree with you. I think Meta gets the best of this because, again, if people start treating Instagram the way that you're treating ChatGPT, then why are we going to Google search?
Yep.
Right. So if I can do all the searching for everything inside of Instagram, or I can do it in ChatGPT, then maybe I really don't need to try use my Google search.
That already happened with TikTok. So TikTok is essentially a search.
TikTok shot crazy.
So people, I ask people all the time, how'd you find about this restaurant TikTok? TikTok for young kids has already taken over.
Yes.
Right. ChatGPT is taking over for older people. So now you got screwed both ways.
Yeah.
I said you got screwed both ways.
I just said pause. I ain't say
I was down pause.
In general. It's a general statement, but I'm just pausing the statement.
Okay.
The tech three-way.
Yeah, I think
who will come out on top? No pun intended. No, I'm joking. Go ahead. It's a great point. Like if TikTok is skewed younger, ChatGPT is older. Instagram has a very small window to get that intersection right in the middle, and they have to take advantage of it. And also with the Hey Meta AI iteration, what they could be able to do on a business suite now. Meta, listen, use the idea if you want to, but cut me my check, please. Ads are one thing. Imagine if after you deploy the ads, the Hey Meta can do all the follow-up for you. I know you can retarget, but if you can have Hey Meta do a lot of the follow-up for you, that's something nobody's doing. TikTok Shop is booming, but I think it's a very interesting way. While sales are down and viewership are down, that Meta can potentially carve out a way for a lot of brands and businesses to be able to bring more revenue in. And if they can do that while things are a little bit uneasy,
they're gonna be
tough.
I think it might be the Google Pixel, right? So even with the phones, like they have the technology before all these other phones, and then Apple comes and they say, all right, what the new update, you're gonna have this service now. So even inside of Instagram, when we were in Davos, we saw this company called Ditto. And it's very interesting. It was the company basically, they give you the technology where like if you see something in your screen or on your TV, you have the ability to touch it and find out where you can purchase it.
Gotcha.
And the click of it. So now with Hey Meta, imagine like you're looking at the picture and all right, you click it. Hey, the technology is just going to keep growing.
Yeah, it's getting better.
I think they definitely come out as the winner in this partnership, but that's what partnerships are. Sometimes you have to be strategic about who you're partnering with. And hopefully, I'm sure data will be shared and they'll be selling all types of things back and forth to each other. So I'm sure Google will be okay. But yeah, you could definitely see the benefits for Meta in this.